A cup of coffee to start the morning, playing guitar with my band on stage with the volume cranked up all the way to 11, being a beach bum on an island with nothing planned for the day, digging into a medium rare tomahawk steak, slurping up my favorite ramen, having Korean barbecue, or if it's a cold rainy day, hot pot. Now, these are just a few of my favorite things. And having favorite things or even people is not in itself bad. What's destructive is when there is a blatant display of favoritism. In other words, discrimination, partiality, and prejudice towards people. Favoritism is such a big part of our culture that it's something inherent in society and shows itself in all its isms like racism, sexism, ageism, as well as other types of discrimination based on looks, social status, and wealth, among other things. Things of which a lot of are beyond our control in the first place. I experienced this in a small way when traveling to a foreign country a few years back. I was doing a bit of shopping and the salesperson asked me if I was from China, and I said, no, I'm from Malaysia. And immediately any form of customer service disappeared. She literally ignored me after that. Perhaps she thought I didn't have as much spending power as compared to a Chinese tourist. Or maybe she's had a previous bad experience with a Malaysian. Whatever the reason is, I felt discriminated against. I know this is a harmless example, and for sure, some of you would have experienced far worse. It wasn't that different 2 millennia ago when James, the brother of Jesus, warned the believers not to show favoritism. Discrimination dates way back. People in the early church were treating the poor as society treated them, as people to be looked down upon. James said that if they did the same, they weren't different from society and were not treating people the way God intended, for God shows no favoritism. Yes, favoritism is human nature, but it's not godly character. God is love, so the only way to go about this is the way of love. And the way this love is expressed is, firstly, to not judge people based on what we see or even know. Practically speaking, there's just so much about a person that we could never know. Challenges and troubles that brought him or her to where they are now. Only God knows, and therefore only God judges. Coming off that, secondly, to always act with kindness and mercy. As writer Henry James says, 3 things in human life are important. The first is to be kind. The second is to be kind. And the third is to be kind. Now here's a closing practical suggestion. Why not really get to know someone who is totally different from you? Be it someone with a different background or just a different mindset. Now that will make your own world a bigger and better place to be in.